Hey Soul Tribe! So who is your future spouse? How will they treat you? And what information can we glean today based on what your spirit guides have to tell you about your future spouse? Hi, my name is Diana, Psychic Intuitive, and before you are 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is from the Spellcaster's Tarot. The associated object is this beautiful purple crystal heart. Pile 2 is from the Ashe of the Unbroken Yoruba Goddess Tarot, and the associated object is this yellow heart-shaped crystal. Pile 3 is from the Urban Enigma Tarot, and the associated object is this beautiful emerald green crystal shaped heart. Pile 4 is from the Heavenly Bloom Tarot, and the associated object is this beautiful blue or aquamarine crystal shaped heart. Choose the pile or object that you feel most attracted to. This is your intuition at work guiding you to the correct reading for you. If you are still undecided or would like to choose an additional pile, then let me add the Zodiac signs for each pile. Be right back. Pile 1 is associated with the sun or rising signs of Leo, Libra, or Capricorn. Pile 2 is associated with the sun or rising signs of Taurus, Gemini, or Sagittarius. Pile 3 is associated with the sun signs or rising signs of Cancer, Aquarius, or Aries. And pile 4 is associated with the sun or rising signs of Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. Feel free to pause the video if you have to. Take your time, make your choice or choices, and I will see you at your reading or readings. Welcome to reading pile 1. So who is your future spouse or husband or wife? Let's get into it, shall we? So you are pile 1. I'll move your number over this way. Chose this beautiful purple crystal or the zodiac signs of Leo, Libra, and Capricorn. Your future spouse is going to be someone who's very spiritual. They are going to be definitely the peaceful type. Okay, they're going to be the peaceful type. They try to keep things calm. They will try to keep things calm. They are going to be high vibrational, or at least very spiritual, or they'll have these types of aspirations or leanings. Okay, your future spouse is going to be someone who is really into, they could be into magic, or just they could be like a prayer warrior, or it could be more of the occult type though, like, or more new age type of spirituality. That's possible. If not, then they're probably just a really tranquil and very balanced person. They seek clarity in all things, and they also, I feel like they're going to be very curious when it comes to the spiritual or mystical side of things. They're going to be very curious there. Okay, your future spouse is going to be someone who is a keeper of hidden knowledge. So they're going to be no more than the average person about certain things. All right, so it could be anywhere from spiritual to, it could be different aspects, like it could be different subjects. So for instance, your future spouse might know a lot about this is just an example, okay guys, maybe know a lot about rocks or something, and different types of rocks and how they're formed inside of the earth. And this is what a lot of other people are not going to know. Or they may know a lot about, like, how to maybe know a lot of hidden knowledge when it comes to like guns, or something like this. Or maybe they are And these are just examples. I'm not saying that this is exactly what it's going to be, but they're just going to have know a lot about something that a lot of other people do not know. Okay. But they're going to be very calm and possibly very spiritual. They may also be very psychic or intuitive. They may be able to easily read minds or just have sort of a lucky streak, something like this. Your future spouse is going to be very spiritual. Like I said before, they're going to seek inner peace, and they're not going to like to be tied down by emotionally complicated things, or like toxicity or toxic environments, or dealing with people that are low vibrational. They're not going to, or situations that are low vibrational. They're not going to want to be tied into low brow type stuff. They're going to want to be free from that. They're going to be loving, and they're going to be focused on the relationships in their life. Okay, this is not going to be someone who's running away from relationships. They're going to be into the relationship with you, relationship with their mom. They're going to have friends. They're going to have relationships. So they're going to be kind of well adjusted when it comes to that. This person may have a lot of faith. They may be a very faith-based person, maybe go to church a lot, or just be like a prayer warrior, or meditate a lot, or put a lot of faith in the universe, or, they have a very strong connection to source, that kind of thing. They're going to be very wise, and they'll lean towards the truthful side. So they're going to be pretty truthful. I'm also getting that they will have a lot of understanding and clarity about how things work in this world. They'll have a lot of clarity and understanding about you even, okay? They are going to be good communicators. They're going to focus on speaking life into things, or speaking positively about stuff. They're going to be they're going to be leaning in this direction when it comes to their personality. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of happy times with this person at home. It's possible. They're like a happy home life. They may, they're going to be a truth seeker for sure. This person is going to want to know the truth from you. They're not going to like lies, because they'll tell the truth themselves, and so they'll want the truth from you. They may be a bit slow to change in some ways, because they feel like they found a well-reasoned path. It's going to be hard to push them away from or maybe not push, but it's going to be hard to influence them away from the path that they're on, because they're going to feel like it's a very wise path, and it will be in a lot of ways. They may at times lean towards depression. It's possible, and you may pick up on this here or there with them. No one's perfect. It could be also because of their profound spiritual knowledge and their deep understanding of the world. They may know of things about human nature that sometimes makes them sad. And, it could be just a lot to carry sometimes. But by and large, it's coming from a good place, a spiritual place. And their spiritual habits will lead them back to good spiritual truths, good spiritual practices. So they'll always come back around to high vibrational thoughts, behaviors, patterns, and meditating and seeking spiritual guidance, praying, that type of thing. So they'll always sort of come back to that. And even if they're not extremely spiritual, you're going to see that they're a believer, or that they have some faith, that they try, that they move in that direction. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your first tarot card. So pile 1, your future spouse is going to be very interested in you sexually. They're going to be they're going to have a high sex drive. There's going to be a lot of intimacy in this connection with your spouse. Your future spouse is going to be a self-starter. I feel like this person, they're not going to lay around a lot. They're going to be very assertive. They're going to take charge of the environment. They're going to take charge of themselves. They may even take charge of you, in the sense they'll sort of set the pace or set the tone. Or if y'all are sitting around, they might be like, all right, let's do this and let's do that. So they may be sort of like a trendsetter in the connection, or this type of thing. I feel like your future spouse may be someone who has started their own business, or starts They don't sit around waiting for you to tell them what to do. They take initiative. They get going. If there's the trash is piling up in the kitchen, they're not the type that's gonna wait for you to tell them to take the trash out when it's overspilling and the kitchen floor is full of trash. They'll smell it and they'll be like, oh, let me take that out real quick before it gets like too bad, you know. So they tend to like take themselves in hand and make things happen. Okay. Your future spouse may have a lot of willpower, and so they may be very disciplined. I'm also getting that they will have a lot of desire for you, Pile 1. They'll be very like attracted to you, very desiring of you. They will strongly want you. They'll strongly desire you. They will be inspired by you. You might be their muse or something like this. That's possible. Like when you're around, you inspire them to want to get up and get out and get to work on their side hustle, or something about your presence in their life is going to make them want to like do more or take charge or get going or something like this. Okay, they're going to find you very motivating to be around, and perhaps they're going to motivate you as well. Okay. I also feel that your future spouse, they're going to create something. They may create something with you, it's possible, but they're going to be a creator, an instigator, and someone who they get going. They're assertive. Okay, very interesting. All right, let's take a look at the next oracle card. We have the 5 of Swords. So Pile 1, your future spouse is going to be a very ambitious person. Very ambitious. There is something that they'll have this huge drive to want to succeed or win at anything that they do. They may be very competitive in whatever field they're in. Not with you, but like in the field that they're in, or with other men or with other people. I feel like they will help you win victories when it comes to your haters or people who are competing with you or people who are trying to bully you. I feel like your future hubby or your future spouse is going to help you win certain victories in the eyes of others, help you one up other people, or show up on other people who tried to mess with you or who bullied you or treated you mean. I feel like your future hubby is going to I feel like your future spouse is going to help you win a victory when it comes to these people. Maybe even several victories when it comes to your haters and your enemies. Maybe they'll do sports or something like this, I just get the feeling like this person, they don't allow themselves to lose. They're all about winning. Okay, your future spouse is going to be someone who is all about winning, and they would do anything to win. Okay. And you're going to like this about them because they're going to be a take charge type of person who doesn't like to lose. I feel like they may be dealing with some type of conflict in their life when you show up, and they will be winning that conflict or that dispute. I feel like this person learns from defeat, and they're not going to allow, if they were defeated once in the past, they're not going to allow themselves to be defeated again. So they have this like, take charge, take no prisoners. I'm not going to be the one who loses. I will win no matter what. They just have a huge ambitious drive, and it's like they want to, come home and bring home the something on their shield, or not come home at all. That's how they feel. So this person is a winner type. They may be a type A as possible. We have the Queen of Swords. Pile 1, your future spouse is going to be very truthful. They'll tell you like it is. They're not going to play games with you. They're not going to lie. They're not going to play deceptive games behind your back. They've learned it doesn't serve. It's not their way. It's not their way, Pile 1. They'd rather tell you the truth and it cause a breakup than then lie and you all stay together. That's how truthful they are. They'd rather tell you the truth and that truth have a potential to cause a breakup than stay married to you and continue lying to you. This is how much your future self will honor the truth. Your future self will also honor that you are you might be very independent, Pile 1. You might have a strong independent streak and like to do your own thing. And I feel like your future spouse is going to respect this in you. They're going to be very emotionally strong, they're going to be also very perceptive of what's going on in life. They're going to be very perceptive of what's going on with you. I feel like this spouse of yours in the future, I just get the feeling like they're not going to be the type that you got to explain every little thing to. They're going to catch on real quick to whatever it is that you're trying to say or trying to do. They're not going to require painstaking explanation from you. Okay. Your future spouse is going to be a critical and clear thinker. Okay. They're not going to be muddled in all this. And they're going to really respect you. They're going to respect what it is you don't want, exactly how you want something. They will play fair with you. They will be, they may be a bit cold at times, but it's coming from a good place in the sense that it's not going to be this, your future spouse is not going to be cold to you only for you to find out that they were cheating on you. Okay. This person, they may be cold, but you're going to find out if you ever were to go to their place of job, place of work or whatever, that it was for a good reason. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay. So your future spouse is going to help you get over like traumas. Perhaps you've maybe dealt with people in the past that weren't truthful to you, or people in the past who caused you a lot of stress. And I feel like your future spouse is going to make sure that none of that stress is coming from them. Okay. They're going to be aware of what you went through in the past, and they're not going to want to give you that to deal with. So they'd rather go deal with whatever issues they're having on their own, and then come to you when they feel refreshed and feel like they have balanced out their energy. Then they'll come in your direction and be close to you. But if not, then they will keep their distance and wait till a good time to start contact with you. But I feel like your future spouse is not going to want to cause you stress, and they'll be very careful to follow your requirements, pile 1. I feel like this person, they may have been through some things in the past, and they're all about trying to avoid that heartache again. So whatever it takes, if they were responsible for causing that heartache in the past, they're going to have learned from it, pile 1. They're going to have learned from past conflicts in a way that they're going to be asking themselves questions like, how do I avoid this type of stress in my life in the future? How do I avoid bringing this type of stress to whoever my partner is going to be, pile 1? That would be you. How am I going to avoid doing that? And they're going to have spent time thinking about this and processing through this. Wow, interesting. Okay, so let's go and move on to your oracle cards. So yeah, pile 1, I feel like your future spouse is going to be someone who started a business or starts a business. They might be an entrepreneur, or someone who, they're going to be an inventor or entrepreneur or someone like this. Okay. They may also be very creative on how they approach you, on how they talk to you, or how they begin the connection with you. They may be very creative. They'll also maybe be the first one to approach you too. You may not be the first one to approach them. They'll approach you. They'll choose you and come your way, contact you, and make the first step. Interesting. Okay, let's keep it pushing here. Next, we are getting, get these, knowledgeable. Okay. Yeah, so pile 1, your future spouse is going to be very smart, very intelligent. They're going to know a lot. They're going to be very brainy, for sure. Very brainy. And they're going to have a lot of good ideas. They might be a genius, someone very smart, someone who comes up with creative solutions, and they just know how to, they just are able to come up with they have a wealth of ideas in their head. They may be well read, especially with the Queen of Swords coming up. I feel like they're very intelligent, for sure. Next, we're getting charcuterie board. Okay, that's got a sample of different things on it. Virgo. Okay, we're getting earth sign, so they may be an earth sign or Virgo, or have Virgo featured prominently on their birth chart. We're getting chic, sophisticated, successful, and beautiful. Okay, yeah, this person's going to be a winner. Yeah, they're gonna have a win at all costs type of attitude in the business world, in like how they handle life. They're gonna be a very competitive person. They may be an athlete, or they may compete in the business world, or something like this. There's something that they will be doing where they'll have to prove themselves better than the rest, and it's going to be a part of their personality. And so because of this, they're going to be very successful. They're going to have a lot to offer. Pile 1, this person's going to have a lot to offer. They also may be very attractive. That's possible. Next, we're getting enjoy science and math. Exactly, this person's going to be brainy. They're going to know technology. They're going to know they're going to know how to apply science, math. They may be into computers. They might, like, for instance, they might design apps, or know how to fix computers, or they may be very like strong in like STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and know how to solve those types of problems. That's very possible. Just very, very brainy. Pile 1, very intelligent. Okay, we're getting a lot of those signs here. We got guide. And I see that you're going to really enjoy this about them. I'm getting navigator, progress, direction. Yeah, this person, Pile 1, your future spouse is going to be very driven. They can be very driven. They're going to have a plan. They can have a plan for their life. They're not just going to be floating or coasting through life. None of that. They're going to know, they're going to have ambition. They're going to know where they're going. They're going to know what direction they're headed. They're going to know what direction they're headed. They're going to know what direction they want to go. You may go traveling a lot with this person. If traveling is something you like to do, I see take you traveling. They'll take you to check out different like sites and different places in the world, and they'll know how to get there. They'll navigate it very well. They may have been there before, or they'll just know how to navigate uncharted territory or like new places. They'll know how to get around, and they'll want to take you around to check out all the sites and all the different places. They'll want to do this with you. Pile 1. Okay, so this person may have like curly hair. It's possible they may have curly hair, and they will be a cuddler. This person will be a cuddler. They'll be very physically close to you. They will be affectionate, and they'll let you claim them. Pile 1, this person will let you claim them. They may be possessive of you, or they'll be very tolerant of you being possessive of them. They'll want to be claimed. They'll want to be owned by you. They'll want to be possessed by you. And that's the truth, okay? That's what I'm seeing as well. Next we have Virgo. Oh my, wait, did I see Virgo somewhere? Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, this person is very likely going to be an earth sign or Virgo. Pile 1. Your future spouse is very likely going to be an earth sign or Virgo, without a doubt. Okay. And if not, then they're going to have Virgo featured very prominently on their chart. And if not, then they're going to have very strong Virgo-like traits. They're going to be very like bookish, nerdish, focus on details. They're going to be very particular. Things are going to be they're going to be very meticulous, because that's what science and math require, meticulousness. You know, you can't be sloppy and, you know, solve math equations, okay, or create, you know, have these brilliant ideas. You got to make sure everything lines up. So they're going to be really big on things lining up. They're going to be very brainy. They're going to be and look, yeah, exactly. They're going to be brainy. They're going to be a nerd. What I tell you about the computers or fixing computers, look at that. Wow. Yeah, they're going to be like they're going to be a nerd in a good way. They're going to be very brainy. They're going to be very smart. They're going to be a problem solver. They're going to love the science or technology or math field. And you're going to love this about them as well. Okay. You're going to love that about them. It's going to be what leads them to create their own company or invent something or think outside of the box. They're just going to be very smart. Okay. You're really going to enjoy this about them. We have Libra. Now we're getting an air sign. Okay, we got two. We got confirmation on Virgo twice. Okay, or earth sign. We're also getting Libra. Okay, or air sign. Oh, we got confirmation here as well with Libra. So you may be a Libra, and if you are, if you're not, this is confirmation that that person's also going to be a Libra, or that you're, because it's appearing twice on the board. So what this says to me, pile one, is that your future spouse is likely going to be an earth sign or a air sign, or an air sign. Yeah, I feel like your future spouse, they're going to be very loyal to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Your future spouse is going to be very helpful to you. They can be very helpful. They are going to be modest. I don't feel like they're going to like overdress or anything. They're going to be kind of chill, laid back. I'm seeing a lot of t-shirts, t-shirt. So there's this idea that they're going to be more laid back. But they're going to dress appropriately though. They're going to dress appropriately. But they're not going to be like over stylish or anything like that, like, metrosexual. Or I don't get that vibe from this cards here. They're going to be a perfectionist though, and so they're not going to be sloppy or messy. That's not what I'm getting. So they're going to be neat, well put together, and they're also going to be maybe a touch on the obsessive or OCD side when it comes to like organizing things, setting things up, how they think, how they put things together. This is what is going to be part of their intelligence. They're going to have a lot of good ideas, and they may be very artistic. They may be very strong when it comes to the arts. I feel like this person is going to charm you. And even though they may quote unquote be a nerd, they're also going to be they're going to have some social skills. They're going to know how to get around in the world and deal with people in the world and get around in the world. They're not going to be like awkward like that. No. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at your next card. We have number 48, the secret agent here. Mysterious and elusive. He'd tell you his name, but then he'd have to disappear. Interesting. So again, I remember I'm getting that he's going to show up. He's going to talk to you first. That's what I'm getting, pile one. He's going to make a move towards you. Here I see him moving towards you and giving his business card. And I feel like he's going to be real chill and laid back. He's not going to be in your face about it though, or she's not going to be in your face about it. You may approach, I think that if this spouse of yours is female, you may approach them, but I just get the feeling like they're going to be very chill. This person, very chill. And if you're a guy, you may have to go out of your way to contact this person. And if you're a girl, this future spouse of yours may contact you, but they're going to be very chill about it. And they're not going to be all in your face and very gregarious and out like really loud or trying to be too much. They're not going to be too much. Okay, they're going to be very laid back, but they're going to want to hold on to you, and they're going to share their contact info with you. And when you first meet them, they're not going to have a lot to say. They're not going to be like an open book and spilling all their details and telling you everything about them when they first meet you. Okay. But they're going to be interested in you, and they're going to make sure that they make contact, and that they're going to make sure that you have their contact information. That's what I'm getting. But they're not going to show you too much at first. They're not going to be too revealing at first. We have comfort zone. Yeah, this person might be a bit of a homebody though. I'm not going to lie. They will like to travel some, but they're going to be a homebody as well. They're going to like staying at home, and you're going to like this, because I don't think you want someone who's always going out, doing this, doing that, going out. They're going to be at home, available, present, close to you, and they're going to like being in around things or people or places that they find familiar. When they're close to you, that they want this feeling of familiarity, because it makes them feel in control of the environment. They don't like to feel out of control. I'm now starting to feel like this guide card is more about the fact that they have a plan in life that they would like to follow. I mean, I do think that they may like to travel some, but not all the time. I'm also getting an alternative, a message for some of you that your future spouse may be someone you've dealt with before, and maybe they try to play a power game with you, but you showed them that you weren't having none of that, and that you dominated the situation with them because you showed them you didn't care, and that you weren't going to be pushed around with any weird pushy tactics where they're holding something over your head or any kind of tactics. It's like you're gonna outthink this person or outmaneuver them, and they're gonna worry so much about how you just are not playing games, and it's going to make them come correct. It's gonna make them come correct at you. And that's just a message for just a few of you. Okay, it may go like that. It could be someone you've dealt with in the past where you maybe had to teach them a lesson. They were trying to be the bully, but you outmaneuvered them with the way you responded to it and the way they were behaving, and it put them into a state of depression, dark night of the soul, and they didn't want to lose you, so they changed how they are towards you. That's possible. Okay, that's another possible story coming through. We have daydreaming. Yeah, they're gonna think real hard about you. They're gonna think real hard about you. They're gonna think about you a lot. Pile 1. They're gonna wonder about you. They're gonna be like, I can't wait to see pile 1 again. They're gonna sweat you. They're gonna sweat you, pile 1, your future spouse. They're gonna wonder about where you're at and how you're doing, and do you still like them? Do you still want to talk to them? Will you call them? I get the feeling they're gonna give you their number, and they're gonna wait for you to call them. They're gonna sit around waiting in their house, working on their computer twice. We're seeing that again, and they're gonna be at home with their electronics. They're just going to be a chill person, and they'll be waiting for you to contact them, and they're going to be thinking of you a lot. Next, we're getting athlete, obsessed with sports or fitness. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of balance to this person's character, and I kind of picked up on it before. They do have a huge homey streak where they kind of like to be inside a lot or stay at home or chill or work indoors, but they do like to get out some. They do like to work out some. They maybe go to the gym or have a workout routine that they do, and it helps keep them buff. So they're not the stay-at-home type where they're staying at home and then they're just sitting in front of the computer and just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and eating junk food and never getting outside or getting vitamin D and never exercising. They do have some balance to their character. They go for walks. They do go to the park, and they do like they may be a boxer on the side for fun. They are athletic. They are, and then they like to chill at home. They do all this so that they can feel supported in their activities at home, where they're focused on their computer a lot, or at their office, or wherever they work. And because they're very much in front of that computer a lot, and they're very much a brainy person, they're in their head a lot, so they like to carve out that time where they can sort of connect with the world and do things with the world, so they maintain that balance. Next, we're getting activist. Okay, we're getting fists twice here. So I feel like this person, they may be fighting your future spouse. I feel like they may be the type of person who they fight to help others. They fight to help others in some type of way. They may have like something that they're passionate about, where they care about other people. They kind of champion the cause for other people. Cause I see someone standing here in front of other people with a mic in their hand, and I see someone standing here in front of other people with a map in their hand. So they may be a leader type. Also, they may be the type to take up like some cause or something that is near and dear to their heart, and they lead others in this activity. So wow, this person is very balanced. They may be maybe like a leader of a charity organization where they fight for some type of legal or social cause, and they come up with a plan to help others towards gain their freedom, because I'm seeing a map here, like here's our map to freedom, and then we're seeing someone helping break someone free and find their freedom. That's very interesting, pile 1. Next, we're getting thinker. Yeah, this person is a thinker. They're very brainy, like I said. Meditate, focus, profound. Yeah, this person, they may take on the weight of the problems of the world too. This person, I feel like they may. I also get like maybe they have a lot on their mind that they worry about. They worry about people who are being bullied in the world in some type of way. They worry about it. They try to make sure. They try to solve the problems of the world, and they come up with ideas. They come up with answers. They do their research. daydreaming thinker. And this is something you're really going to love and cherish about them. Okay. And next we're getting commoner. Again, we're getting a man with people in the background. Regular people, regular citizen, everyday, ordinary. So this person, your future spouse is going to be someone who is a man of the people, or person of the people, a woman of the people. He or she is going to be like, there's going to be some cause that they care very much about, and it impacts everyday people. And this is going to be very important to them, is to make sure that people are getting taken care of. People are getting their freedom, their rights. So they're going to be an activist on the side. And they're going to, yeah, you're going to like this about them, pile 1. You're going to like this about them quite a bit. You're going to admire it. You're going to admire it. And I do feel like, especially with meditate coming up, they are spiritual. They're going to be on the spiritual side. They're going to be very brainy, intellectual, and meditative at the same time. They may meditate on certain problems so they can come up with an answer. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, pile 1, as far as who is your future spouse. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for bringing your energy to this spread. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Take good care of yourself, okay? Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile 2. Let's move ahead and move your number to the side here. Who is your future spouse? What are they like? Let's get some information about this person, shall we? We got the Taurus. You may or may not have chosen Taurus, Gemini, or Sagittarius. As far as your sign or whatever else you want to do with that, you could use that as a way to choose this pile. And if you didn't, that's okay too. Right. So pile 2, your future spouse is going to be a very creative person, very upbeat, very optimistic. They're going to be very intelligent, brainy, and very positive minded as well. Something you're really going to enjoy about them is that they're going to make you feel like upbeat and bring joy and happiness into your world. They're going to be very honorable, and they're going to be loyal to you, pile 2. Okay. They're just going to have really good energy for you and make you feel very lucky. They may also make you feel very abundant, because a lot of times when we feel good and we find a way to feel good about our lives, we end up feeling very abundant in our lives as well. This person may be spiritual. They may make you feel closer to God. And this is maybe where they get their energy from, is that maybe they worship universe, God, source. This person is going to have very strong male energy, which you're going to really like. It's not going to be like a feminine energy, like not soft, more like, just like a man, like a man's man, but very positive and funny and uplifting, making you smile. Okay. Your future spouse is going to be very understanding of you, understanding of your situation. They may be also very enlightened. Like they may be a kind of person who is like awakened. Okay. They're not going to be like, asleep or low vibrational. Their mind's going to be open to certain truths about life and how to be around people, they're going to just live on a higher level, live on a higher note. And I feel like you're not going to have to explain too much to them. They'll, in fact, they may be the ones to uplift you sometimes when you feel, quagmired and feel limited by life. They'll be the ones to uplift you and bring you joy and break you out of all of that. Okay. I feel like this person is going to be very protective of you too, your future spouse. They're going to be aware that sometimes maybe you get depressed or something, and they'll want to be the one to sort of blast that out away from you. Okay. They're going to protect you from your shadow even. They're going to be a very protective force, pile 2. They're going to be releasing you from something that's kind of has a hold on you. They're going to help release you from that. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot card. We have the Sun. Yeah, exactly. A beat. Okay, that's what I was picking up on. Pile 2, I feel like your future spouse is going to be so uplifting for you. They're just going to make you feel so joyful, and they're going to bring a lot of optimism into your world. Okay, they're gonna be filled with vitality. They're gonna make you smile. They're gonna make you laugh. They're just gonna pump you full of joy and life, laughter. They're gonna be successful. Yeah, they may also be very popular or well known. Your future spouse is gonna bring you a lot of pleasure. A lot of pleasure. There's gonna be a lot of celebrating, joy, happiness, comedy shows, going outside, taking you to the park, going out doing stuff, going to a festival, just happy, joyful energies into your world. That's how your spouse is going to be with you. And I almost feel like you're going to be attracted to this to help you break free of certain maybe lower vibrational energies that are trying to take a hold in your world or something. They'll help counteract this. Next, we're getting the Nine of Cups. Oh yeah, your future spouse is gonna make you so happy, pile 2. They're gonna they're gonna be bringing so much mirth and laughter into your world. You'll be laughing every day with them, cracking jokes. They're gonna fulfill your wishes as well. They're going to do things to make you happy. They're gonna try to satisfy you, and they may also bring you luxury. This person might be have money or choose to spend their money on you and get you nice things. They're going to be very emotionally stable, this person. They're going to be all about, if anything happens, they're not going to let it be what is this? And get all mad or get moody. They will always lean towards, let's laugh it off. That's what, you're going to, wow, this person, I can see why you would marry someone like this. They're very upbeat, very laughter prone, full of joy, full of laughter. Lifting your morale up. Okay, yeah, they may bring you material delights, and they'll help your dreams come true in some type of way. There'll be a dream come true for you, pile 2, your future spouse. They'll there's a lot of things you have wanted out of life or wanted to be doing with someone. Maybe you had plans in your mind. You always taught yourself or told yourself, if I ever get married, I'm gonna be doing this with my husband, or my wife is gonna be this type of person, and this is what I'm gonna do with my spouse. They're gonna hit all the checkpoints. They're gonna do all those things with you. All those wishes are gonna come true. Okay, 5 of Cups. Okay, yeah, exactly. I get the feeling, Patu, that you may lean on the depressive side. You might maybe go through bouts of depression, or maybe you had losses from the past that you had suffered or something, relationships that went bad, and they're going to be your ray of sunshine, pile 2. They're going to be your ray of sunshine. And they may have had bad things happen to them in their past too, but they're going to make it a habit to turn to face the things that they have in their life, which be including you, pile 2. They may have lost someone they cared about in the past, or things didn't go so well in their past, so they had suffered some sort of emotional downfalls, but they'll make it a point to be facing you. They'll make it a point to be aware of you, and be aware that you're a boon in their life. So they're not going to dwell in it, and they're not going to let you dwell in your losses as well, pile 2. Okay, yeah, when anything goes wrong, there might be a moment or two where y'all are sad about it or something, but you're gonna quickly turn to being happy again. That's what I see for you, pile 2. When it comes to your future spouse, we have Justice. So pile 2, your future spouse is gonna be very truthful with you. They're gonna honor their vows. They're not gonna cheat on you. They're gonna follow the rules of the relationship. And they're going to expect you to follow the rules of the relationship too. They're going to follow your requirements. Whatever it is that you feel should be done in the relationship, that's how they're going to do it too. I feel like and this is just for a few of you, if your spouse disappoints you in some type of way, I feel like if your future spouse, if you should come to the point where you all have to go your separate ways, they're going to honor it. They're going to take responsibility for what they did wrong. They're going to acknowledge it. And they're going to be fair when it comes to legal proceedings on how to do, if there's supposed to be alimony, or if there's going to be some sort of splitting or so, everything, they're going to honor it completely. They're not going to do a nasty fight with you or anything like that. So from start to finish, okay, whether it's great all the way, they're going to do their best in every regard. Okay, I'm also getting if anything should happen in a relationship where they disappoint you or let you down, they will pay heed to you saying, that's not okay. That is not okay. That's where I draw the line. And they will be disappointed in themselves, yes, and they will look at themselves and be like, I need to get a handle on this, and they're going to follow your rules moving forward, okay? But it's good. The ball's going to be in your court, pal, too. If they hurt you in such a way that you're like, I can't abide by this, and I can't stay married to this person we're talking about, then that's the way it's going to be. But if you're like, okay, I'll stay in the relationship, but you have to follow these rules from now on, they will follow those rules. In fact, they will regret breaking them, and they will be very contrite, very regretful, okay? They will genuinely feel a sense of remorse over whatever they had done, okay? We have analytical. So pile 2, this person, they're going to be very successful. They may be working in some type of industry. They may be an executive or be someone who knows how to analyze charts, and they may have a very strong business mind, and they are just very intelligent, and they'll be very successful at whatever profession that they choose. Yeah, they're gonna be very precise. Yeah, this person's gonna be the opposite of sloppy, and everyone makes mistakes, of course, but this person is gonna be on the end of the spectrum where they take their time and they make correct decisions more times than not, okay? They may have a profession that they do, or some kind of job that they do where precision is very important, and so this is going to be something that makes them very valuable. We have pineapple, brave, sweet, abrasive exterior, fun, mercurial. Yeah, they're going to be very fun. Pile 2, they're going to be very fun. They're going to be sweet. I feel like you guys may go. You guys will go out. You might go like to islands to party, or like tropical areas. I'm just getting like they may come across a little rough, like almost like they might be a little rough and tough, but inside they're gonna be sweet. They're gonna be very sweet. I feel like like they may. I'm kind of getting slightly thuggish energy, or slightly kind of like rough energies, like a man's man, kind of energy. But inside they're just like they're gonna be like a teddy bear. They're gonna be very sweet. If they do wrong, they feel sad and regretful about it. They're not callous at all. They're soft and sweet on the inside, and they're very fun. They may make little sarcastic jokes or something, but it's not going to be serious. It's going to be very mild, and it's going to be very thinly laid, because they don't, if it's one of those things where it's going to upset you, they're not going to like stick with it all the way. They're going to like quickly get to the sweet part. I feel like this person, they can be very communicative with you, has something important to say to you. Yeah, I feel like your future spouse, pile 2, they're going to be the type of person where he or she, they will say what they need to say to you, okay? They're not going to be like trying to avoid conversations or always keeping quiet. I feel like if anything happens or anything goes wrong, your future spouse is going to think about it, and they're going to come back to you with something. They're going to come back to you with, apologies or statements of remorse, or they're going to come back to you and say, I'm so sorry about that. If I came across rough, if I came across too hard, I'm sorry about that. Please accept my apologies. So I feel like there's this energy of contriteness I'm picking up on in your future spouse. So we have the repairman. Repair, restore, restart, renovate. Exactly. So your future spouse, pile 2, is going to be very good about trying to repair the space with you, trying to repair any mess ups in the connection. If anything happens, they're going to be all about trying to fix things and get things going again. Okay, they're not going to be the type to be like, oh, I hurt you, okay, whatever. Or they'll be very genuine person. They're not going to be perfect, but they're going to be very genuine in the connection, and they're going to want to try to repair the relationship and do whatever it takes to repair the relationship emotionally. Okay, they may also be, I'm getting like their profession is coming through, like it's going to be mechanical or mathematical or something like this, where numbers have to be strictly followed, or there's just going to be like, it's going to be precision based, their profession or whatever it is that they do for a living. Pile 2, we're getting teenager or younger. So pile 2, I feel like this person is going to be on the young side. They're going to be on the young side. They may be younger than you, or they may look young. That's another thing. This person may look young for their age, and they may be young also in their temperament. It could be maybe this is something you'll have to adjust for with them, and you have to be careful. You'll really enjoy this about them being young at heart and childlike and fun and ready to explore and go out there and do stuff and get outside. And this is this young energy where they're going to want to check out the world and go out and do stuff together. But it's got pros and cons, right? So there may be some things that they have to learn, and as long as you affirm with them what your boundaries are, they'll learn and they'll want to repair and keep things going. Okay, we have big smile, straight teeth. Yeah, this person is going to be, remember I got that they'll make you laugh a lot. I'm seeing a lot of smiles, a lot of teeth. I feel like this person is going to be like a fun person, a fun loving person, someone who wants to bring good cheer, make you happy, make you smile. They're going to be very smiley themselves. They're going to be very upbeat. Remember I talked about that sunny disposition. Again, that yellow, a lot of yellows coming through even in your gem, just this idea, and even in the pineapple, of this bright, upbeat energy, optimistic energy that you're going to love. Okay, they may be a bit of a nerd. Yeah, your spouse may be a bit of a nerd, and he or she may wear glasses. It's possible, but I'm also getting like they may like some nice jewelry. They may wear nice jewelry that's coming through, like a nice watch, nice earrings, but not like overly done, but just they will like some nice pieces of jewelry. I'm getting earrings if they're female, earrings if they're male, a nice watch. Lustful. Okay, so pile 2, I feel like your future spouse is going to be very into you. They're gonna lust after you a lot. I think the sex drive is gonna be high. The chemistry is gonna be high. They're gonna be very attracted to you, and they're gonna express it a lot. They're gonna show it a lot. We're getting 2, the adventurer. Okay, we're getting some resonance here. Bold and spontaneous, lives for thrills, but schedules are a foreign concept. So I'm getting that here. You can see this person with a backpack, and they're out there doing something. We have the backpack here. They're going out. So I feel like this person's going to be an outdoorsy person. I kind of picked up on that. They would like to go outside, go to a festival, or maybe go camping. They're going to enjoy the great outdoors, and they're going to want to do this with you. You're going to love this about them. You may not think you're that type of person, but I feel like this person is going to bring it into your life, and you're going to enjoy this with them. Okay, they're going to like to go out and go see the outdoors, check out nature, get moving, be physical, taking that vitamin D. They're going to be a very utilitarian, useful person. Also, this person, we're getting the watch there again. I feel like this person, they're going to know how to be a survivor, and they're going to be into like survivor stuff, knowing how to like camp and get by, and do things outside, or in different situations, know how to survive, or know how to hack something, or figure wherever they're out. They just like lots of space. This person's gonna like lots of space and being outside. Okay, next we're getting self-critical. Yeah, remember I told you this person's gonna be very contrite. This person's gonna be very self-reflective. It says self-critical. It says here, extremely judgmental of themselves, perfectionist. So I feel like this person, they may take things very hard. Like if something goes wrong, and they're aware or that they're the ones who did it, or they become aware of the role that they played in it, then they tend to take it very hard. I wouldn't say that they don't like being at fault, but when they know that they're at fault for something, they're really big on, oh my gosh, they're very like embarrassed and they want to fix it. They want to know how to fix it. You've seen that same contrite look on the face here twice, okay? This person, if they're a man, they may have facial hair like a beard. They may have facial hair like a beard and a mustache combo. And they have like neatly trim it. It's not like long and bushy. It's like neatly trimmed. If they're a woman, they may have their hair kind of on the short side or put their hair up a lot or cover it up or wear scarves or put their hair up in a bow or on a bun, a big bun, or just a short carefree hairstyle that's not too, remember, they like to go out, they like to do stuff. I'm seeing that bun here again, like put the hair up in a bun or put it out of the way. And that makes sense because they like to be outdoorsy and get physical, get moving. Interesting. All right, let's move on to your next card. We have gourmet. Oh, so this person, pile 2, they may enjoy fruits, vegetables. They may enjoy like gourmet, like organic foods or like specialty foods, things that are a little bit more fancy, like choice cuts or choice picks on certain foods that they like to eat. They may like cheeses, certain fruits, nuts. So they eat healthy. This person eats healthy, pile 2. And you're going to really enjoy that about them. They may be a cook. It's possible. They like to cook things. I'm seeing like ice cream here with a waffle cone. So I think this person will like treats. They'll definitely they'll like to share treats with you and bring you treats and bring things to you and make you happy. They may try to make you happy through food. They may try to bring you like little snacks and put together little, treats for you and take you out and get you little treats or snacks. Food might be their love language, or they may discover that food is your love language and they want to make sure they get you all your favorite snacks or foods and stuff like this. Okay, we got workaholic. Okay, so pile 2, I feel like your future spouse is going to be hardworking. They're going to be hardworking. I'm going to be very honest with you, because we're seeing, and these are from different decks, okay? We got repairman, right? We got someone working at the computer here. We got someone here also here working with their hands. So they're going to be very on the mechanical side. That's what I'm seeing. Is this person, they may be very good with their hands. They may be good at fixing like appliances. If you have things in the house that break, they'll know what to do with it. They'll know how to fix it. They may be a mechanic or work at a car shop, or they're going to be a skilled individual that their work involves precision. Okay, knowing exactly what to do. Okay, knowing how to hack it, knowing things well enough to be able to hack it, but it's based on clear and precise knowledge. Okay, and I feel like that's something you're really gonna like about this person. I'm getting like a handyman vibe too. Like, not only will maybe they have a business job, like maybe they work at the office, but they can become a repairman. They are also a handyman. That's kind of what I'm getting. And so this is something you're going to really enjoy about this person. Next, we're getting lover. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to have a very big love life. The sexual part of the relationship is going to be big and very enjoyed. And I feel like this person's going to be about the intimacy. They're going to want to be close to you. They're going to find you very attractive, and you're going to find them very attractive as well. So the feeling's going to be mutual, and there's going to be a lot of this type of energy expressed in the relationship. It's going to be very sex filled and very expressive in that way. There's going to be a lot of physical affection as well. Oops. Next, we're getting giant. Okay, this person may be buff. They may be physically active. And we kind of picked up on that with them wanting to go outside a lot and move about a lot. They may be very physically strong, this person. They may also be tall. This person may have some height to them. Your future spouse. They may be a tall person. They may be very strong. I'm getting this vibe like they like to be outside. So they may like running outside, going on long walks. They may go like backpacking, or like, or that rucksacking, or whether you carry like a bag of rocks on your back and you go walking, to help build up your legs, your muscles. I feel like they may favor getting fit like on the outdoors. They may like going for long walks. They do focus on fitness. Maybe not like super crazy, or maybe they are. There's a range here coming through for you, pile 2. So they could be someone who works out at the outdoor gym, or in nature, or they may just like to go for long walks, and they definitely do not neglect physical activity, pile 2. They do not. Okay, very interesting. Okay, they may be. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. We got Dragon Rider. Wow. Epic. Companion. Fire breathing. And legend. Okay. So, pile 1, this person, they're a bit special. This person's special. They may be a very large in life character to some degree. They may be magical. They may be someone who they may get into like mythic stories, or maybe they try to express this through themselves. Maybe they get into like Viking gods, or maybe they like watching GOT or something. I don't know, like I'm getting like Celtic and medieval vibes on this one, guys. So if that comes through and that seems to resonate, then that's what it is. I'm also getting like this person, they may enjoy like fantasy stories, or I'm getting like a big troll, a big giant. And I'm getting a dragon rider. So this person may be into like fantasy stories or magic. They may be into like druidic stuff, or going to like medieval fairs or something like this. I'm also getting, pile 2, that this person, I feel like they can be intimidating to others. And you may like this because maybe you want to feel protected, pile 2. You want to feel protected. You want to feel like this person, you're with someone who's strong, who can intimidate away the bad guys, right? Who can make you feel safe. And that would make sense if you're maybe going outside a lot, and while you're out there, who knows who or what you're going to encounter. You want someone who next to you, who's capable, who can protect you, and all this. And so I am seeing that coming through. I feel like this person, they may have tamed something or someone in their lives. They may have tamed like themselves. They may have tamed themselves. They may be very disciplined. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, pile 2, as far as who's your future spouse. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If it resonates, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to chat. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading, pile 3. So who is your future spouse? Let's take a look at what is going on. Let's get into it. You chose 3. You also chose this beautiful green emerald colored crystal heart. You may or may not have chosen Cancer, Aquarius, and Aries. So pile 3. Right away, I'm picking up on the fact that your future spouse is going to have money. Okay, they're going to have money. They're going to be affluent. They're going to be abundant. They may also be some type of healer. They're going to be very stable financially, at the very least. Even if they're not very wealthy, they're going to be very financially stable. I feel like this person's going to be into nature, and they're going to make you feel very safe. Yes, they're going to make you feel safe from the dangers in the world as well. Maybe safe from maybe financial ruin, or make you feel safe when it comes to haters, or make you feel safe like people, your enemies or whatever. They're going to make you feel safe, amongst the people in the world that try to hurt you. They're just gonna make you feel safe and make you feel protected, because I'm getting that vibe very strongly for you. This person is gonna be very successful in money dealings. Yeah, very prosperous. It's definitely coming through very strongly. There may be a very healing force in your life. I feel like they're very good at, if you've had some sort of health struggle, or you maybe had some kind of emotional hurt from the past, I feel like this person is going to help you heal in that regard. They're going to be a very reassuring, comforting, healing presence for you. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot card. We have the Hierophant. So pile 3, your future spouse is going to be very loyal to you, okay? And they're going to be very traditional. They're going to honor their vows for sure. They're going to honor their vows. They're not going to play with it. They're going to take their vows very, very seriously. They're going to be educated or be a really good teacher. They might be a teacher at an institution somewhere or a leader of an organization. They may have the same religion as you, and this is going to make you very happy. I feel like they're just going to follow certain rules and laws and norms in society that make you very happy, that are the kind of rules and norms and traditions and societal norms that you prefer, that you choose, and this is something that's going to make you happy about them, okay? I feel like your future spouse might be someone who makes your parents very happy. They're going to be, your parents are going to be like, yeah, we approve of your spouse. They're going to be like, it's going to be the kind of person that makes your people happy for you. They're going to be like, yeah, you chose a good one. This is what we would have either chosen for you, or even if this person is not someone they would have chosen for you, they're going to come around to seeing that they're a good choice for you, and they're going to approve. This person's going to get your parents, your family, your society, your religion's approval. This person may be like a leader themselves of some kind. I feel like if you want to be married to this person, they're going to believe in marriage. Okay. Your future spouse is going to be about wanting to be married. Okay. This is going to be important to them. We have the Two of Swords. So I feel like this person, pile 3, your future spouse, you're going to be at peace with this person. There's going to be a lot of peace. There's going to be like certain ideas or subjects or concepts or issues or concerns that you and your future spouse are going to be like, you know what? Maybe there'll be some disagreement at first, but then you're going to be like, all right, you know what? We'll just accept it like this. Okay. Here's how we're going to do it. And I'll give you an example. Like, maybe when you guys first get together, one of y'all is not into pets and the other one is into pets. They really want a pet real bad. And maybe your spouse comes with a pet. Okay. And at first you're not into animals or something, but eventually you come to a place of like peace about it. Okay. So you're going to come to peace, an acceptance over the things that maybe y'all don't really fully agree with. And I see that your future spouse is going to turn a blind eye to your faults or the things that is less than ideal for them. They're not going to pay much attention to it. They're just going to be like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to act like that's not even there. Like, I'm just going to ignore it, or I'm just going to be at peace with it. I'm not going to like pick at it or be mad about it. So there's going to be like an energy of, all right, here's what I'm getting, Pile 3, is that there's going to be some kind of like, I don't know what it is, checks and balances in the relationship. Future spouse is not going to have power over you, and you're not going to have power over your future spouse. I'm just getting like this idea, like you guys can both check each other. You can check each other on things. The dynamic with your future spouse, Pile 3, in the future is going to be a very smooth one, where it's like no one's got anything over on the other person, okay? And it's just going to be very, very peaceful connection. This person is going to be very peaceful. There's just not going to be I'm not getting a lot of like conflict, or I'm just getting smooth waters with this person, okay? Things are going to be calm. And if there's anything going on that's wrong, it's almost like, to be honest, like this person knows how to suppress what's wrong in the future. Your future spouse is going to be like, yeah, something's wrong, but I'm just going to like act like it's not there. And I just want peace. I don't want to like rock the boat. And so you're really going to like this about this person, and they're not going to be they're going to be the opposite of confrontational. So because they'll care so much about peace that they're not going to like bring up any problems with you or whatever. We got the Justice card. Very interesting. So Pile 3, your future spouse is going to take you very seriously. They're going to take you very seriously. They're going to follow the rules and the laws, and especially alongside the Hierophant. We got Hierophant, we got Justice. These are very big, powerful, official, serious energies, okay? So your future spouse is going to treat you the way they would prefer to be treated. The balance is going to be very important to them in this connection, especially next to the Two of Swords. Now I got the Justice card. Your future spouse is going to be about trying to maintain the peace and make sure that they're not mistreating you. Okay, it's going to be very important to your future spouse that they not mistreat you. They will not mistreat you, pile 3. They're not going to cheat on you. They're not going to be the first person to cause trouble. If, for example, if you are always getting up in the morning and getting them coffee, or you have this rule, this agreement you all have, that in the morning you get up and make them coffee and you all trade places, they always make sure to get up and get you that coffee and trade out. They never are like, I just didn't feel like getting it today. They're going to treat you very seriously. They're going to take you very seriously, pile 3. Almost like your relationship is going to be like a religion to them, or like it's going to be like they just don't want any trouble with you, pile 3. They're going to take you very seriously, okay? They're going to respect you very, very much so. And they're going to follow the rules and the laws of the relationship. They're not going to break any of the rules or laws of the relationship. Perhaps because, your family and your religion and your societal standards, and maybe you'll be part of an organization together or something like this. And so they're going to, maybe this is what's sort of protecting this relationship, is they're going to know that breaking the rule with you is breaking the rule with the religion and the society and your family, and everybody else is going to know about it, and it's just not going to be okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the last tarot card here. We got the Four of Swords. Yeah, pile 3, your future spouse is going to give you a lot of peace. A lot of peace of mind. They'll want you to rest. They'll want you to sleep. They won't want to bring you any trouble. They won't want to argue with you. They will not be stubborn. They will not do any of that. They will not do any of it. It's very coming through very strongly in your cards. Okay. They're gonna honor, they're gonna look at you, and the way they'll rate how they're doing as a spouse is pile 3 at peace? Are things calm with pile 3? Am I contributing to pile 3's peace and following the rules and the expectations and the norms and the traditions and the legalities and they're gonna take it. It's gonna be like a legal requirement the way they'll treat you. Okay. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. They're gonna really also honor your rest. I'm getting like they will not disturb your sleep. They understand that your sleep is very important, so they're not gonna like wake you up early or be loud or something like this. They're gonna respect maybe the fact that you have a job where you work at night or something, and when you maybe you work the night shift, when you come home, they make sure to not disturb your sleep. It's like a golden rule, and they're not going to disturb any of these golden rules. Okay, they're not going to break them. Next, we have reflective. Okay, we have safety. Reflective, exercising control over one's behavior and choices. This person is going to be very controlled, pile 3. They're not going to cheat on you. They're not going to break the rules. They're going to be looking at themselves and going, am I doing right? Am I behaving correctly with pile 3? Am I treating them? I don't know what's going on. Pile 3, you might be a very important person. You might be someone who is, maybe you work a very heavy duty job where your rest is very important. You might be a judge, or you might be, or I don't know, maybe you'll be the main breadwinner or something. I don't know what the deal would be, but they're going to be very careful and circumspective. And they're going to really control themselves and control their choices with you. All right, they're not going to be all over the place, being sloppy, doing whatever. No. Okay, we got street taco. Oh goodness. I meant it for this to be the one. We got intuitive, your intuition. Oh, we got intuition, we got Cancer. So pile 3, okay? So pile 3, I'm also getting that this person is, they're going to be tuned into you. Very tuned in. They're going to be paying a lot of attention to you. And they're going to be sure to make sure that they're not disturbing your peace. It's going to be very important for some reason. It's almost like you will have gone out of your way to choose someone like this. Next, we're getting street taco, Cancer. We're getting Cancer twice here. So I'm getting pile 3. This person's going to be sensitive. They're going to be sensitive to your emotions. They're going to be sensitive to how you feel. But they're also going to bring fun into your lives. And oh, I got night owl. That's interesting, right? And I mentioned something about you working nights. So this person may work nights. Your future hobby may work nights. You may work like, maybe you're both night shift workers, or maybe one of you work nights and the other will work day. But I'm just getting like, this person will try to keep things fun with you. And this is part of how they may help maintain the calm and the happiness in the relationship, is to try to make sure that y'all are having fun, that y'all will go out spur of the moment to go dancing, or go to the nightclub, or go eat out somewhere, or go grab your favorite meal somewhere or something. They're going to treat you this way. Next, we got went through a breakup recently. Okay. So here's what I'm getting, pile 3, is that this person may hit your future spouse may be someone who has gotten out of a relationship from the past. They may be a divorcee, or someone who was in a relationship prior. And so maybe what's going to be going on is that they'll have learned their lesson. They're going to be very reflective, looking at themselves like, maybe they did some things wrong in that past relationship, and they're not going to want to do those things wrong with you. It's going to be very important to them. They're going to be very aware of this, aware of the role that they play, and want to make sure that they don't play out that same thing in their marriage again. I think they're going to want the marriage with you, pile 3, to be a forever marriage. They're not going to want to mess it up. This is why they're going to be on their pins on needles and walking on eggshells, to not wake you up, to not stress you out, to follow the rules, to keep the peace, to follow the traditions, to honor the rules, to, I think that's why this is coming in so strongly, is that they may have gone through a bad relationship in the past. And, for them, this marriage with you is going to be something where, they're just not going to want it to happen again. They just don't want it to happen again. It's like they want to prove your relationship with them, pile 3, is going to be their chance to prove to themselves that they're a good spouse, because they want to be a good spouse. And maybe the marriage that they had didn't go the way they wanted, and that was not their intention. It went south, but that's not what they wanted. They wanted a good relationship the first time, and maybe they took it really hard with the first relationship going bad, and they don't want it going bad again. So they're going to be very, very careful with you, pile 3, to make sure that it goes well. We got bartender, master of libations, small talker, alleviator. Yeah, pile 3, remember I said this person is going to be an emotional healer? They're going to be healing emotionally themselves, and they're going to understand the importance of emotional health in the relationship, and your emotional health in the relationship. They're going to listen to you. They're going to be a good listener. They're going to try to be emotionally healing towards you. They're going to remember I said something about taking you out, taking you out to a bar, or taking you out to the nightclub or something like this. I feel like they're going to take you out. They're going to want to take you out and to restaurants or bars, and hang out and go out and do stuff with you. They're going to want to hear you, listen to you. They're going to want to chat with you. They're going to be communicative. They're going to want to alleviate whatever is any issues in the relationship by talking about it and dealing with it. Okay, this person is going to be a very conscientious mate, pile 3. Very conscientious. Wow. I'm also getting like this person might be really good at making drinks. They may be very good. Maybe they were a bartender in their past. Maybe that's what they will be doing for a living, or they've just learned how. They may be a hobby of theirs, and they'll know how to put together your favorite drinks, and know how to put together drinks and make sure that you're happy. Put some things together for you. Maybe some cocktails that you like. For a few of you, your future spouse may have worked as a bartender or have bartending skills. Interesting. Next, we're getting tattoos and birthmarks. Okay. So pile 3, I feel like this person, your future spouse, they may sport a tattoo. They may have tattoos on their arms or on somewhere on their body, maybe on their chest or their stomach, or their arm or their shoulder. And you really like this. It's not going to be a tattoo or birthmark that you don't like. You're going to like it, pile 3. Yeah, you're going to find them to be very sexy, pile 3. You're going to like their aura. I'm getting kind of like a bit of a grungy, gritty vibe a little bit. Like, nightlife, gritty, grungy. And, they're going to be edgy. They're going to have like an edge to them. And you're going to really like this about them. They may have like a bit of a bad boy look, but they're not going to be a bad boy or bad girl look. They're going to be a good girl or a good boy. They're going to want to have a good relationship with you. They're not going to try to like mess up the relationship or anything like that. They can, like I said before, they have stable energy. They want to keep things calm. Okay. 30s. They may be in their 30s. They may be a bit of an athlete. They might like playing sports. If they are female, they may wear their hair on the long side. They may wear their hair down a lot. Medium-ish length. Dark hair or redhead. If they are male, then their hair, it's going to be short. But if it's long, then it might just sort of like hang in the front of their eyes, kind of. They may have like a long bang or long front. The part of the hair in front might be long, or they may be clean cut and have like an edge up and have their hair nicely, put away and cut. And, they may be kind of clean cut, but have some hair. They may be in their 30s, but they don't have to be. They may like playing sports with you. You might like playing basketball with this person or watching them play some type of sport. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to your next card. We have Cancer. Oh my gosh, we're getting triple confirmation for Cancer. So your future spouse is going to be either a Cancer sign or a water sign of some type. Yes, Cancer sign or water sign. That's coming through very strongly. Or they may have the Cancer sign featured very strongly on their chart, on their birth chart. They're also going to be very emotional, like sensitive to emotions. And very caring, very sweet. They're going to be very gentle with you, very gentle and very sensitive to your emotions. I picked up on that earlier. Sensitive to the emotional equilibrium in the connection and wanting to keep things calm. They're going to be very emotionally intuitive or emotionally intelligent. They may be, like I said, they'll be a very good listener. They may be very possessive of you and not want to let you go, because remember I said they may have been through like a bad relationship and they're like, no, I'm not going to be losing this relationship with pile 3. I'm going to be holding on to it. So they're going to be very tuned in, dialed in, making sure that they got their finger on the pulse with you, pile 3. Wow. They're not going to want to lose out. Yeah, they're going to be like really attentive to you, really smiling for you, trying to keep you calm, trying to keep you loved, feeling loved. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, next we have number 42, the Priest. Spiritual and unattainable. We picked up on that earlier as well. Spiritual energies, married to his faith with no room for others. So I did pick up on the fact that you guys may share the same faith or the same religion. They may be very religious and their religion would be very important to them. You may get married in that faith that they believe in. So if they're Jewish, you'll be marrying a Jewish person. It will be a Jewish wedding and you may have to take on that faith. They're very spiritual. And they're going to live by that faith in the relationship, okay? So if for instance, if their faith says that they need to be a very supportive, caring mate or whatever, that's what they're going to be doing. They're not going to be breaking it. And I feel like this person is going to be very strict about living very virtuously in the connection. They're definitely not going to be cheating on you. This person may be very, if they're not religious, then they're very spiritual for sure. They may be psychic or very intuitive. They can pick up on when something shifted with you very easily. It could be a man or a woman that's feeling like this, okay? And they are very meditative, and they will be targeting their skills and their talents of being able to pick up on what's going on onto the relationship, onto you. And the way they will use it is to maintain the peace. So if they pick up on anything's wrong, it's not going to lead to an argument. It's going to lead to healing. They'll want to heal it. They'll want to think about a bartender. When you go to a bar and you're tired or you're hurting and you get a drink and then you seem sad, they're gonna say, "Hey, so what's going on with you?" You know, and they'll sort of chat with you. You know, that sort of like that sort of like cliche bartender. You know that. But you watch a movie, you see the bartender's having a chat, and you offload onto the bartender and let them know all your problems, and they're like cheering you on and telling you it's going to be okay, and they try to have the right thing to say and give you some, maybe not a platitude, but like some sort of like, helpful, tiny little helpful piece of advice that's going to pep you up or set you in the right direction or make you feel good or yes you along or something like this. This is how your spouse is going to be towards your pile 3. They're going to be all about wanting to help regulate your emotions by helping you be calm. So I don't know how they're going to be handling their emotions. Is they're going to meditate. I just get the feeling that they're not going to want to do anything to upset you, and they are going to want to go take care of their own emotions. They're not even going to try to bother you with their stuff, which is crazy. This is crazy, because I would say it's okay to let people know how, you're feeling. That should go both ways, But I feel like if they do let you know how they're feeling, they're going to do it very carefully and without wanting to upset you. Okay, we got nostalgia. This person, you may have known them for a long time. This future spouse of yours may be someone you have known since you all were young, or known since you were in your teenagers or since your 20s, and that you're going to have good memories with this person. This person is going to be they're going to be linked with their female side. So if they are a girl, they're going to be like a Queen of Cups character, very loving, very kind, sweet, healing, empathetic, saying the right things, trying to help you feel better. And if they're male, then they're going to be very sensitive to you. They're going to be gentle, supportive. They'll be very caring and they'll want to avoid fights. They don't want to do fighting. They're going to want to do everything they can to keep things calm. Because I'm getting the feminine. They're going to have like a feminine energy. Not like they're going to be like a girl, okay? If they're female, they're going to be feminine. If they're a man, they're going to be in touch with their feminine side, okay? This person's not going to be like so like manly or machismo, that they're going to be, that classic macho energy where you tell them, but I'm hurting. They're like, okay, whatever. I don't know. And they don't want to like deal with emotions or something. That's not going to be them, pile 3. Okay. Your pile, we're getting Cancer. We're getting sensitive signs. We're getting sensitivity. We're getting intuitiveness. We're getting carefulness. We're getting let you have peace. We're getting give you a shoulder to cry on, to listen. Yeah, this person's going to be very, very easy to talk to, and a very gentle spirit. And they're not. I don't even get that they're going to be getting offended very easily. They're going to be very, very easy for you to get along with, pile 3. So you're very lucky. We have mature. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The cards are, they're lining up on this one. This person is going to be very emotionally mature, pile 3. Very emotionally mature. They may be older than you, or they're just able to carry themselves well, and they may be a man of God or a woman of God, and if they're never going to be the one to lash out at you or make you feel bad about yourself, or if they say something, they're going to be thinking about the impact that thing's going to have on you. They're going to be emotionally sensitive to you, tuned into you. They're going to be kind. They're going to be loving. They're going to carry themselves with such good decorum. They're going to be very classy. They're going to dress very well. I do see that they're going to be a bit of a good dresser. So when it's time to go out or go to church or go to work, they dress sharply. They know how to dress well, this person, okay? Your future spouse. Although they also dress down. They're not going to be like stiff all the time. They're going to be, they're going to take you out. They'll sit by, they're going to go for a picnic. You're going to sit by a stream and eat, bring your sandwiches or whatever and just chit chat and talk peacefully and calmly. And, they're going to be calm or have a ready smile. I don't get like a frowny nature. I don't get like upsettedness. I don't get anger. I mean, you're going to be very, very fortunate with this one, Pile 3. Okay. Wow. Okay. Next, we're getting Peace Beret. Are you kidding me? Wanting to restore harmony. Yeah. Pile 3. Your future spouse is going to be a very peaceful person. And I picked it up with the tarot cards. It's all throughout your cards. It's very consistent. They're going to be about, they maintain the peace. Their thing is going to be, they never want to fight with you. There'll never be a fight. There'll never be anger or angry outbursts. There'll never be, they'll be very placid and laid back and calming and easy to talk to. And, this person may be mature compared to you. They may be older. They may be older. So they may have lived, they may have been, like I said, they may have had a relationship. It says went through a breakup where they learned how not to be. They already went through this and they know what to avoid in order to have a good relationship with you. So you're going to have a very experienced, emotionally mature person who has learned lessons in life and does not want to lose you. They do not want to have a second divorce. They want to have a good relationship, and they learned their lesson the first time around with the first relationship or first major relationship. They learned. If there's something going on with them, they're going to talk about it calmly. They're not going to rage. They're not going to, they just learned, they learned profoundly, deeply not to do fights, not to do negativity, not to do, I don't know what it is. They learned, Pile 3. And they're going to be bringing you those benefits in this future marriage with you. We got romantic. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky, Pile 3. Whew. This person is going to be very romantic with you. They're going to bring you flowers. They're going to woo you. They're going to, try to speak your love language and make sure that you're feeling loved. They're going to show up from work and have flowers randomly. They're going to be thinking of you. They're going to have a ready smile on their face. Or if they don't have a ready smile on their face, they're going to be very calm. When something's wrong, they're just going to go quiet and calm. And not angry, not, anything, not scowly, just calm. So they're going to range from calm to smiley. Because they've learned there's no other way. There's no other way to be. Or they'll meditate or pray or go to church or go play sports or something, They may even have a drink or two, alcoholic drink. They may know how to be a very good drink person. They know how to make drinks. But I get the feeling they will not be abusing alcohol, They're just an amazing, this person's going to be amazing, Pile 3. They're going to be amazing. We're getting next, martial arts master. Wow. Okay, we got Bruce Lee here. Let's read the descriptions. Let me straighten out the cards. So this person is going to have a foo. They're going to have a foo about them. They're going to be a master of energy. Okay. So this could be physically, I see that they do work out. They may be physically active. It says master, water, profound. Water is emotion. So this person is going to be very skilled, Pile 3, at being emotionally balanced. Because they'll tell you, at a good martial arts school, when they're going to teach you how to fight. They're going to teach you how to fight. and you're going to teach you how to master it and take control and dominate other people. But first, you got to dominate yourself. First, you got to dominate your own emotions. Be the master of calm. And so that's how you know, that's like usually the prerequisite. I don't know if you guys ever watched Karate Kid, but that was like the thing, is master your emotions first before I teach you how to beat up people, because you don't want to be the person who can't master their emotions, who's always getting mad, and then you're going to start beating people up because you're mad. You know, that's not the person you want to entrust certain skills to, right? The ability to subdue and beat others up is, you know, you want to entrust those skills to someone who masters themselves and know how to calm themselves down, you know, who's not ever going to lash out at other people. So I'm getting that this person, your future spouse, is going to be a very skilled person. They may be in martial arts, that's possible. They may know how to do self-defense and will make you feel safe around other people. We got samurai. What in the hell? Pile 3. Your future spouse is going to be a highly skilled person. Very graceful. Very graceful. Know how to fight in a way that doesn't hurt others. They're going to any practice or training or fighting they do is going to be for their own purposes. They're going to be fighting themselves. They're going to be a master of energies within themselves, a master of the energies around themselves. They're going to know how to handle, they may be an excellent diplomat. They may be the type of person that if there's multiple people in the room and there's a conflict going on, they will know how to navigate and help still the waters. You know, I'm getting someone who's so good at fighting that they never need to fight. You know, I don't know how else to explain it. Like if someone's coming at them hell bent on fighting them, they're going to be so good at fighting that they'll somehow defensively not hurt this person who's trying to fight them, and avoid all the hits and get them to be calm. I don't know. It's weird. You know, we're getting a lot of warriors in here. We got the peace. You know, we got a beret. This is like a soldier. You know, we got another person. This is a warrior. Look, we're getting those meditative energies, kind of so I'm getting kung fu. I'm getting a master of energies. I'm getting tai chi. I'm just getting these master of energy vibes. They may be a practicing martial artist or have been a martial artist, and this would be true for just a few of you. You're going to be in good hands, Pile 3. That's all I got to say. You're going to be in good hands, because you're going to get with someone who is very, very elevated, very refined, and someone who's going to protect your peace, someone who's going to be very peaceful, someone who's going to have learned certain lessons and not want to have to live those out with you again. You know, with you, they're not going to make those same mistakes again with you. They're going to be very mature. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pile 3, as far as who is your future spouse. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for bringing your energy here. I enjoyed doing this reading for you. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. I love to chat. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading, Pile 4. So who is your future spouse? Let's get in there. You chose 4. Let's set that over to the side, or this beautiful blue or aquamarine colored crystal heart. Let's move that over to the side. You may or may not have chosen Virgo, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay, so Pile 4. Your future spouse is gonna be someone very wise and calm. Okay, I'm getting protective energies for you here. This person's gonna be very protective of the relationship between you and them. If anything ever happens in the relationship, they're quick to forgive it. The relationship is gonna be very important to them. This is gonna be someone who's very love and relationships based. It's gonna be very important to them. Okay, your future spouse is going to be a very good communicator and want to talk about things if something's off, or or to just be a good communicator, and this will prevent problems, right? Instead of maybe being quiet when you ask them, hey, would you like to go do this? They'll say, oh, I really would prefer not to because I'm feeling a bit under the weather, or versus, I don't want to go to that stupid thing. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be a good communicator, and that will prevent problems, you see? And so I just feel like, that's going to be a big theme. They're not going to like hide things. Okay. I'm also getting pile 4 that your future spouse is going to bring you good fortune. It's going to be a very, very, very harmonious connection too. I see harmony. If you're living together, which I think you will, there's going to be a lot of domestic harmony. There's going to be a lot of understanding. They're going to be understanding of you and try to be understanding of you. They're going to bring a lot of wisdom to the relationship. They're not going to be like completely like airheaded about relationship dynamics or how to be in a relationship. They're going to know some stuff, okay? They're going to be truthful too. They're going to tell the truth. I feel like they're not going to be a liar. They're going to tell you the truth, okay? But they're going to communicate it in a wise way. They're going to have a lot of faith in your relationship, pile 4. They're going to have faith in the relationship. Interesting. Let's back up. Also, I'm getting pile 4. This person, your future spouse, they're going to be very truthful. They're going to keep things pure. They're not going to hide, play games with you, lie, tell you lies and all this. If lies was a part of relationships in the past, it's not going to be a problem with this relationship with your spouse in the future. Pile 1. That's going to be furthest thing from your problem in the relationship. Yeah. They're going to be very healing, and also they're going to be very interested in connecting with the higher, with God, goddess, and they're going to be very interested in bringing those kinds of spiritual energies into the relationship, elevating the relationship to a spiritual level. They're going to be good to you, pile 4. They're going to be good to you. They're going to show you mercy if something's going on. They're going to be quick to be like, all right, you know what, I'm not going to be the one going hard here, okay? They're not going to go hard against you if something's wrong. They're going to be innocent, pile 4. Yeah. If they go to the grocery store and buy some stuff, and then they stop by your friend's house and pick up some stuff on the way home, that's going to be exactly what happened. They're not going to do any extra. They're not going to be the one that when they go by your friend's house, something happened. If your friend hits on them even, they're going to be like, okay, this is awkward. I don't think pile 4 is going to like this. And then they're going to come home and tell you what happened. Yeah, they're going to be protective of the connection. They're going to be protective of your relationship. I'm getting healing vibes too. So if anything goes wrong, they're going to be interested in healing things. There's going to be a very non-judgmental air in this connection as well, pile 4. That, along with this truth-telling thing is going to be non-judgmentalism. So they're going to give it to you because they'll want the truth. And then they're going to expect that as well when they tell you the truth. You know that whole meme that's going around where they say, we listen and we don't judge, it's that kind of space. They're going to try to give you that kind of space. If you ever say, hey, tell your spouse in the future, I'd like to tell you something. I really need you to hear me. And, they're going to be like, all right, we listen and we don't judge. And then they're going to want the same from you, Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your first tarot card. We have the Ace of Wands. Oh, they're going to be very sexually interested in you, pile 4. They're going to be very sexually attracted to you, pile 4. A lot of sexual tension, energy, and activity, okay, is going to be going on with your future spouse. So lucky for you. Your future spouse is going to be very creative in the relationship, and even in bed. They're going to be, it's not going to be boring, there's going to be this idea that they're going to have a lot of willpower and staying power in the relationship. They're going to desire you greatly, and they're going to feel inspired by you. And I picked up on that earlier as well, that they will be feeling inspired by you. They're going to be feeling inspired by the relationship, the love they have for you. It's going to inspire the rest of their life. okay, the other aspects or facets of their life. They're going to feel very passionate about you. There's going to be a lot of passion in this relationship, pile 4. Next, we're getting the 6 of Wands. Oh yeah, they're going to be a winner, pile 4. They're going to be a winner. Yeah, there's going to be a strong chemistry, and sparks are going to be flying in this connection between you and your future spouse. It's going to be a very victorious relationship, pile 4, and it's going to be recognized as such. A lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, pile 4's relationship with their spouse is a great one. They have a great relationship. Have you seen how they are? Have you seen the chemistry they have with each other? It's just going to be a great relationship. And I also feel like if there are hurdles, the hurdles are going to be overcome. You guys are going to be victorious over any problems that happen in the relationship. Your spouse is going to be overcome these hurdles to be the main one for you. Okay. Your spouse is going to be, they're going to overcome hurdles. They're going to overcome competition. There's going to be others that are competing. Maybe they wanted to be your spouse, but your spouse is going to beat that person out by, showing themselves to be the best one, honestly, for whatever reason. Maybe they'll be the ones that are more consistently calling you, or the ones that are the ones who consistently have your back, and the others are like kind of weak sauce when it comes to want someone to have your back on something or support you in something. I feel like your future spouse is going to beat out the rest of the competition. It's that simple. Your future spouse is going to be possibly popular. There might be a lot of people who know your future spouse. So you may marry someone very popular, or someone who has a lot of critical acclaim. They may be really good in their industry or their career, or be very, they may be famous even. You may have, I feel like with your future spouse, that you may have a very beautiful wedding that a lot of people go to and remember for a long time, that kind of thing. We're getting the Queen of Laurels, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Beautiful energy. So your future spouse is going to be like a practicality, creature comforts maven. Okay, they're going to take good care of the home. They're going to decorate. They're going to have, their hands are going to be really good at decorating. You're going to come home to your house. If your future spouse is female, you're going to come home and your house is going to look like a palace. You're going to sit down. You're going to be living in the lap of luxury, okay? Because your future spouse is going to be like meticulous. Everything's going to be on point, beautiful, gorgeous. You're going to come home and be like, this is my Shangri-La, like they're going to really add that feminine touch to your home. Your future spouse is going to make you feel very secure, and they're going to give you a lot of attention, okay? Your future spouse is going to be very, very attentive towards you. They're going to be a successful business person. They may have a business that they do, and so they're going to be making, bank. They're going to be making money, and they're going to be very industrious at this business, and they're going to be very materially abundant, okay? So you're going to be marrying someone. Your future spouse is going to be someone who's very opulent or well off, and they're going to be well known for their business, or well known for how successful they are. And yeah, you're going to score. You're going to score about 4 on your future spouse. Your future spouse is going to be attracted to you, popular, very successful, have money. Wow. Goodness. Next, we are getting the 6 of Swords. So your future spouse is going to be really good at leaving behind baggage, leaving behind what's wrong. If there's a fight, if there's any argument, if there's anything you'll disagree on, if something goes wrong, they don't hold grudges. Your future spouse is not going to be the one to hold grudges. Or if you've had difficulties with your future spouse in the past, then you'll be getting over it and moving forward into the future. And this person is going to go on to be a really good spouse for you. Your future spouse is going to remove obstacles that may get in the way of this relationship. They're going to remove those obstacles. So for example, maybe something that'll come up while y'all are dating is maybe there'll be an issue with distance, or maybe there's a work schedule or something that gets in the way, some type of issue. Maybe they have some bad habits or hang out with the wrong people, and they're going to successfully either get out of that social circle that's getting in the way of y'all's connection, that's not good for them, that's toxic and hurting the relationship, or change their schedule, or relocate, or go to therapy. If the therapy is needed, they'll go to therapy, whatever it is, and that obstacle will be removed. And that is what will allow the relationship to be successful. They're not going to give up easily. Let me go ahead and change out your candle right now before it burns out. Yeah, I feel like your future spouse is not going to allow anything to get in the way of this relationship. They're going to protect it, okay? Next, we're getting self-disciplined. Yeah, I got that they're good looking, that they work out. I see muscles in the arms, you know, this kind of thing. Exercising control over one's behavior and choices. So, yeah, I feel like your future spouse is going to be self-disciplined, okay? So if they have some sort of like personality problem that's getting in the way of the relationship, they know how to get rid of that issue and keep it moving. They're not going to allow anything or anyone, including themselves, get in the way of the success of the relationship with you. Okay. I also get that this person, they might be a fitness buff, like working out. You're really going to like this about them, how buff they are, how toned their body is. They're going to have a really nice butt. Yes, I'm seeing that. Nice legs, nice butt. Next, we're getting monkey. Yeah, this person's going to be very creative and very fun. They're going to be very creative, very fun. They're going to monkey around with you. And they're just going to be like, they're going to be so much fun. Pile 4. You're going to enjoy your future spouse. Their antics, they may be goofy. They may be on the goofy side for you. Maybe not all the time. But like for you and in the relationship, they're the goofball, and you know, you're going to enjoy this so much. They're going to be very agile, very physically active, move around a lot. You're going to really like their athleticism and their ability. They're going to be very like adroit and very like lithe and quick on their feet. You know, almost like a kid. Black coffee, Capricorn. Okay, so this person may be a Capricorn. We're getting confirmation on this person may be a Capricorn or an earth sign. We got a Virgo here as well, who's also an earth sign. But anyways, well, I'm getting this person is going to be very stable. Pile 4. Very stable. They may be tall. This person's going to be tall. I'm kind of getting that with the height here as well. I'm also getting that your future spouse is going to be very hardworking. They're going to get up, get that coffee, get going. They get up every morning like clockwork. You can see them. The sun's coming in. They wake up in the morning, do their workout. They don't miss a beat. They're going to stick with their schedule, their routine. They're very focused, very determined. And they don't tend to do a lot of like frou-frou or extra stuff. Like they're not the type, Pile 4, that you're going to catch with a bunch of milk and sugar in their coffee. No, they're going to keep it either real light on the milk and sugar or black. They're going to drink it black. They're very kind of no nonsense and focused on, they're kind of almost Spartan when it comes to their routine and what it is that they're expected to do. Okay. This person your future spouse may be someone who know you for some time. Okay. So it's not going to be someone who shows up and boom, all of a sudden you're all married in 2 weeks. So you'll get to know this person, and I feel like this is where a lot of some of these trials might come from, where there might be some difficulty. I see the glass is shattered, but they're going to put it behind them. So there's going to be some kind of type of difficulty in the connection that they're going to get over. You're going to get over. They're going to grow up. You're going to grow up. Y'all going to sort it out. And this is going to come with experience, and it's going to be good for the relationship, because how else do you grow the relationship? How else do you test the relationship to see how strong it can be? So you may know them for 5 years before you get married, or you may know them for a couple of years before you get married, or have known them for a little while. Okay, so it's not going to be like a fly-by-night type of relationship. Okay, and even if it's not 5 years, it could be several months or a year or a couple of years at the very minimum. Okay, next we're getting driver. Navigator of journeys, steering, safe passage, welcome. So Pile 4, I feel like this person may have a nice car. They may drive a nice car. Yeah, kind of a posh car. They may drive like a Mercedes or like a Jeep, or drive maybe a luxury vehicle. That's possible, or a very nice big SUV or something. And they may drive you around a lot, and you may really like this. They may be the one to drive you wherever you go, and they're a good driver, possibly, or they just have a really nice car. I feel like you guys are going to go on a lot of trips together, go to a lot of places together. and it's going to be just very nice, very nice vehicle, very nice times spent in this vehicle. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. We got another vehicle. It says Black Ebony Midnight, though. It doesn't say car, but look at that. There's so much resonance there. So yeah, they're gonna, didn't I not say Mercedes? So pile 4, I feel like this person's gonna drive a very nice car. Maybe I said that they're affluent, so they may do very well for themselves and have a very nice car. You're gonna like the car that they drive, pile 4. You're gonna like being seen in it. They're gonna drive you around a lot in it. They may be a very good driver, a very safe driver. You may like the car that they drive, may make you feel very safe. I'm getting a very sturdy vehicle. I kind of got the impression of like an SUV even before this car got pulled, and now we're getting that. It's like some sort of like a utility vehicle or something like this. Okay, yeah, this person is going to be like upper crust or like kind of bougie, man. They're gonna have money. They're gonna have a very nice vehicle. We have braids, wigs, extensions. Okay, so if this person is female, if your future spouse is a female, say you're a man or you are from the LGBTQ community, I feel like this person may wear braids. They wear their hair long for sure. They're gonna have long hair. They can be wearing long braids. And when they're working out, they may put it in a bun. But I'm seeing long. I mean, they're gonna have long hair, so it could be braided or not braided. I'm also getting that this person, they're going to be in it for the long haul. This is not a fly-by-night person. They're going to be in it to win it, pile 4, in this relationship with you. They're going to want to stick with it and see where it goes, and they're going to want to go the mile, go that extra mile with you, for you. I see that they will go on the road a lot with you too. I don't know why. I feel like you guys might get on the road a lot or drive places a lot, drive to a lot of places. They're gonna be very pretty. Your future spouse is gonna be very pretty or handsome, good looking, and have a good body. They're gonna be they're gonna be in shape, like strong shoulders, strong muscles, strong arms, buff, good strong body. And they don't have to be like skinny. They could just be like in good shape, really solidly packed and put together. We got persuasive. So pile 4, your future spouse is going to be someone who, you may find them to be very inspiring. They may not go out of their way to persuade you outright and make you do stuff or but it could be that they sort of subtly, by their behavior, the way they act, the way they carry themselves, I feel like they may try to persuade you to do something. They may be the type of person who maybe they tend to push you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe they want you to, for example, they may want you to try different exercises with them, or go on trips with them, or go to places you don't normally go, or take you to new places, or places that you wouldn't normally go to, or do things you wouldn't normally do. So they may be the type of person to push you a little bit. Okay, we got the personal trainer. You see this personal trainer? We got someone working out right here. Yeah, this person's gonna be they could be a gym rat. They could be someone who is really seriously into like working out, building their muscles, training. They may have a home gym. They may go to a gym. They may have a really nice gym membership, and they love working out, and I feel like if your spouse, you guys will definitely have like a dual membership, or like a gym membership where you'll go together. And if you don't, then it's going to be very important to them that you're working out. Okay, so I do feel like there's a bit of a couple thing that's going to be going on with the working out. You might not work out in the same parts of the gym, or maybe you may work out at home while they work out at the gym. But either way, being fit is going to be very important to them, and seeing you be fit is going to be very important to them as well. We have third party. Okay, someone who is actively trying to disrupt or negatively influence the divine masculine away from the divine feminine. Part 4, this person, there's going to be a third party situation going on, but it's not going to be like, they're not going to be tempted. Okay, they're not going to be tempted. This is someone they're going to have dealt with. It could be a conflict from their past, okay, that they're trying to move on from. So they may be continuing to deal with this third party for some reason. It could be, so there's a few different scenarios that's coming to me intuitively here. What I'm getting or hearing is an ex who may be a baby mama. It's possible for just a few of you that may the situation. Or I'm also getting that this could be someone that's like maybe a sister of theirs, or a mom, or like someone in their family who they have a hard time with, but they got to deal with this person. And you don't have to worry about the influence this person has over your spouse, because either your spouse doesn't like them, finds them annoying, or is definitely like, they view this person, if this is an ex, they view this person as their lesson that they will never go back to. And in fact, some of the dynamics of why it didn't work out before still exist between them and this person, and it's not going to influence negatively or sabotage y'all's current relationship, your future relationship with your future spouse. Okay, I just feel like your future spouse is going to be putting this third party, either keeping them at a distance, or going to be kind of like, I don't want to say hostile, but just not on friendly terms with this person, because this person does not like your spouse. They will not like them, and they will not like that they're with you. They're going to have like beef with your spouse, and it's going to be like an ongoing drama, but it's not going to bleed over and mess up the relationship at all. In fact, they're going to handle it so well that you're going to be pleased. Power 4, you're going to be pleased with the way your future spouse handles this third party. You're not going to worry about it at all. We have whip appeal, intimacy, charmer. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of passion in this relationship, a lot of sparks, a lot of chemistry between you and your future spouse. Okay, I feel like this person, they're gonna be mean. I thought, it's funny because I was saying that they're not gonna be like mean to this ex. They're gonna be mean to this ex. They're gonna be like, get the hints. Okay, like they're gonna be, I don't know what's kind of like beef going on with this person from the past. I feel like your spouse, your future spouse, they're gonna charm you. They're gonna charm you. They're going to, you guys might even be into some type of alternative lifestyle together. You might be like into BDSM together. That's just for a few of you, not all of you. Please don't take it with a grain of salt and leave the rest for others. Okay, if the message, part of that message doesn't resonate, leave the rest for others. I feel like this person is going to be a sharp dresser. They're going to dress a little bit like they're going to dress well. They can dress well, like a little bit like a rock star, or have like they might have like a leather jacket, or wear bracelets, or just this. They're going to have like sexy cool going on, and they're going to really charm you. They're going to charm the pants off you. We have stylish. Exactly. Stylish. Loves to dress up. Yeah. So like I said, Power 4, this person's going to be a good dresser. And remember I said that they're affluent. So they're going to have some nice things. They're going to dress well. A nice button-up shirt. It's not buttoned. They kind of leave the front open a little bit. They have a nice leather jacket. They're going to, when it's time to really go posh, they know how to wear a nice tuxedo. They got bow tie. They're very, very like stylish, and they have some really good riz and good attires, good things to wear. They know they're very fashionable. This is something you're going to find very attractive about them. Okay, they're going to look like they stepped out of a GQ magazine. Okay, they're going to be hot or beautiful or sexy. They're just going to know how to dress really, really well. Gorgeous dresser. But and they will know how to be laid back and dress down. But even when they're dressed down, they're gonna be fashionable. Okay, so they're gonna be into fashion is what I'm getting to. They're gonna dress really well. We got wizard. Wow, Power 4. This person's gonna be something special. I feel like they're gonna be a master manifester of some type. They're gonna be like, they may have a few different businesses, or they're gonna have some certain skills and know how to sort of manipulate something. They may be very skilled at computers, or very skilled spiritually, or know how to like do spells, or whatever it is that they touch. They're not like a dilettante. Okay, they know how to really, like, anything they touch, they master. So they may be a master of 4 or 5 different things. Like, for instance, they may be they may have like a bodybuilder's body, and they may be when it comes to computers, they know how to fix their own computers. When it comes to their company, they may own like the company or the business that they own is doing very well, and it's like they're far from ignorant about how to do it. They're extremely seasoned, extremely intelligent, knowledgeable, and know all the tricks, know how to handle things really well. And in addition, they might know how to, for instance, do card tricks, and know how to like do little card tricks, and to a level where they could do it professionally if they wanted, but this is just a hobby, so they're very skilled skilled person. Your future spouse is going to be a very skilled person, know how to do many things. They can be very adroit and very well versed in many things. Wow, pile 4. Okay, next we're getting mermaid. Oh my gosh, pile 4. If your future spouse is female, we got oceanic, serenade, tale, allure. Oh, we're the magical mermaids tarot channel, right? So pile 4. If your future spouse is female, what I'm getting is that, you know, they're going to be very alluring. They're going to be hauntingly beautiful. They're going to be a siren. They're going to be like the kind of person, it's like, you know, they'll walk out of the car, you know, you drive up and they come out and people are going to be looking at them like they're out of this world. They're going to be an unearthly beauty. Okay. Or very, very like hauntingly handsome. But if they're a woman, this woman is going to be like a beauty queen, like, you know, come out of a magazine, like come out of someone's dream. And their makeup, whenever they do their makeup, it's going to be fire. They're going to look like, you know, people are not going to be able to get take their eyes off of your spouse. Pile 4. They're going to be so gorgeous. And finally, we're getting aristocrat. Oh my gosh, look, we're getting that nice fancy outfit again. They may be nobility. You may marry someone who has a title. That's just for a few of you. Your future spouse may be someone who is like, they may be privileged. They may be of the elite or blue blood, or they may be from money. They may have a moneyed background. Their mom or their family or their dad, they may own like a Fortune 500 company and they were, you know, raised rich or something. Like, your future spouse is going to be someone well known, wealthy, well off. Their company may have been a seed company by their family, and so but that's not because they don't know how to do anything. It's going to be because they're going to be very skilled. So whatever seed money they got, it's doing very well. The company's going to do very well. They're not going to run into the ground. It's going to be the opposite. They're going to create their own. They're creating their own empire, their own dynasty, and this person is. Yeah, they could be either actually literally from like either European aristocracy, or they could be African aristocracy, or they could be Indian, or, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's just something about them that's going to be very special, upper class. They may be upper class in the sense that that's what their background, that's where they come from, or they carry themselves that they come across their gravitas, their grace, the way they carry themselves, their air, they're going to be very posh and very like upscale. They're going to come across that way. Remember I said they like driving Mercedes, like Mercedes Benz and very nice cars and stuff. So I'm just getting like this person is going to be very skilled, well off. Your future spouse is going to be on top of their shit. They're going to be on top of their stuff, okay? They're going to be a real catch, pile 4. Other people are going to want to be with this person. They're going to be a little jealous of you, pile 4. People are going to be jealous of the type of spouse that you have, pile 4. And that's what I'm seeing in your cards today. If you've enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you found it resonant, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know what you thought in the comment section. I would love to chat with you. Take good care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye!